Perhaps it's a large cap kind of a day indeed. Perhaps. Although also perhaps a no trade day, which we haven't had one of those in years. Over the time it's become a little easier for us to hit the buy button, let's say, right? How are you guys doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. Sound microphone. This is insane. I'm gonna bump up the volume. Let's see how well it maintains. Okay, so welcome back. Good morning for those of you tuning in on the YouTube side of things. How you guys doing? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling ready. I'm seeing some talks of INDO. The scans are just so soft today. The overall market pulling back. We're kind of seeing a little bit of turbulence there, so we'll see what happens with the small cap. Tesla taking a beating, right? From 270 to 188. Quite the pullback, giving back all of those gains there over the last 3 weeks. Not ideal for the investors, but definitely a volatile company. INDO, I do have it up top, but today is one of those days where you look at the scans and you just say one of two things. I'm going to go into this day looking to be extremely patient, extremely disciplined, maybe even more so than usual, or I'm just not going to trade today. There's going to be people that will show up right now, see the scans, and say it's not going to be worth it today. This is the worst gap scan we've seen in like over a year. It just doesn't look great. So doesn't mean that there would not be a surprise move, right? Because this is the thing with the market, is that something could still be strong, something could still be good, but definitely at first glance, we're not looking so sweet. MGOL is up 38%. And this will be the main one that I'll keep an eye on throughout the day. We got pre-market highs up here. Let's see, at 388. 388 pre-market highs. Will this stock be strong? That's the question that I have for myself here. Right now, there's no way for me to guarantee and know that, so I have to be reactive and I have to be patient coming into the open. I don't want to set any sort of limitations and say I'm not going to take a trade or anything, but if we see it being strong and it makes sense, then I want to approach it for what in terms of what I'd like for my strategy and the system that we have here, right? Our edges. If not, I don't want to get involved, especially not be overly aggressive. Friday, we kind of fell victim to pushing a little too hard on something that wasn't really there, right? Once we recognize it's a losing battle and that the writing is on the wall, that is the moment right there to ease off. And so we got to amplify our discipline. MGOL up 38%, 11 million shares of volume. The move started off in after hours on Friday and sold off actually, but curled right back up here today. So this is a decent sign, showing some resilience, showing some strength. Looking at the daily chart, we got the 200 EMA at 634 here on Thinkorswim. I'm seeing 670. We had a topping wick candle where we rejected the 200 EMA. This is on, what day is that? July 15th. And then other than that, the other key level that I'm seeing is June 20th. That day we actually had a pretty big gap from 688 all the way to 1730 on June 20th. So if this thing does a miracle move today and we can retest 1730, then I think we'll all be rejoicing and jumping. But that is to be determined. Definitely way out there, but Yeah, this is the only stock I'm really looking at. INDO, it's up 11%. I don't look at stocks that are up 11%. I'm not even going to bother to go over that one. If it does move up into the open and is strong, then I'll take it from there. But I'm not going to even give that one the time of day, right? I'm only going to look at what I usually look at. I'm not going to bring down my standards because that's the next available one at 10%. Nah. It's another beautiful day, right? And another beautiful day to exercise discipline. So how are you guys feeling here as you're tuning in? As you're tuning in, how are you guys feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling ready? Did you have a good weekend? Hopefully you guys had a relaxing weekend, a restful weekend. I know some people do take on the extra projects, which can be fun for sure. But I hope you guys were able to get in a little bit of review and you're prepared here to go for Monday morning. For those of you in MMU, make sure your screen recording is turned on. Make sure that your screen recordings are turned on. Looking back at some of the stocks we had on Friday, there's just not a ton. There's not a ton there, so just gonna be patient. I'm gonna also keep my eyes on the scans. Sometimes you get a few stocks that are halted up that can be good. Maybe something does start to hit the scans that's moving from a lower percentage that's stronger. So MGOL into the open. There's about 4 minutes, 50 seconds. So going back to last week and some of the bullet points that I had for myself, if we do happen to have a strong day, I want to use a little bit more share size earlier. Other than that, I want to be patient and wait for the dips. Also, a little bit of smaller size towards the dips, right? If we're going to see a hot market today, I do want to give the breakouts a little bit more time when we're seeing that follow through to get the extra. Sometimes you'll take that first 20 cents, but it's like if you held another 3 seconds, you could have made 60 cents, right? So if it happens to be a strong day, then I want to give those breakout trades a little bit more time once we start to see that follow through. I want to be aggressive towards all good opportunities. Every opportunity that I know and love, going back to the edges, the patterns, if I see the right combination of price action, I want to pull the trigger and be aggressive towards all good opportunities that I know and love. Other than that, I want to pace myself throughout the day. So, I want to ask myself periodically, maybe every couple of minutes, every 5-10 minutes or so, how am I feeling and how's the day going? Do I want to reduce size? Do I want to increase size? If I'm feeling super frustrated, do I need to take a minute break and then come back, right? All these things are important. That way I give myself the best odds throughout the day. Other than that, if a stock is not worth trading, I want to stay on the sidelines. This is a big one. If the stock is not worth trading, I have to stay on the sidelines. Lastly, if there is a strong move and I missed the very beginning of the move, I have to stay aggressive, stay on the offensive until it makes sense to not to. So MGOL, what will it be today? There's 2 minutes and about 50 seconds into the open. Let me have some good posture here today and stop leaning on the desk. I gotta stand up straight. I had a professor who would always say, putting the palm on the face and leaning over is a sign of weakness. You gotta sit up straight. Gotta sit up straight, gotta stand up straight. Be ready here. So, that's my plan here. That's how I'm looking to approach the day. In terms of share size, I have 1,500 shares. Taking it small, my really small base size here to start. That way I don't expose myself to too much risk if this thing is not strong right away. But if it happens to be good, I can be willing to size up quickly. There's a 2-minute warning. So I can size up quickly if it happens to be good. If not, taking it slow and easing off. MGOL. So right now in the range Recently, we've had a low here. I'm going to put 350. So we want to get over 70 and start making our way up there. If possible, 75, 80, and then the pre-market high 88. Another beautiful day. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, Theodore, Jesse, Mobile, Simon, and so forth, be sure to hit that thumbs up. That thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. Yeah, UVIX. You know, this ETF could be worth it. It could be worth it. Some people might watch it, but it's an ETF. It's not our usual, so you know you're gonna have to use caution. Make sure everything is everything before you get involved there. Could be some added risks. MGOL volume definitely lighter so far.
HAT, CRPT, BLCN, JFIN, CYCCP, AVAH, GTE, SERA, VDGE.
So far, we're getting a stronger candle here. It doesn't seem to be pulling back. Can we hold 4? Not quite. I did take break of 65, but nothing was happening, so I kind of sold. You know, miss out some extra cents there. It's having some trouble at the highs. So I want to be patient. Hopefully we do get a good pullback here. Oh, I might have caught that. Come on, that was close. That was close. So we've had a low around 70. There's a small bit of 12,000 at 80. Highs are at 409. We'll see how this thing continues to hold up. Is the breakout over 4 going to be worth it? We had some resistance early, 405. Definitely going to be a little bit of risk. So if it's going to go here, I want to be in early. It looks like it needs some time. Not gonna get it. Can we get through? We're gonna get through. Okay, not bad. Long. And it's having some trouble. I got two higher fills there. It's holding though, it's holding.
ATNN.
It's fighting. Come on.
USDU.
It's good that we got through 05. If it does break down, I do want to look for the reclaim. Seeing some buying here so far. Can we continue to hold? Not a great fill. Will it get through 20? There's a bit of a spread here. Kind of like a double top at 20. So just waiting to see here. Great fill. And try again. There's a bid this time. Not going. Should have already went. Low 86. So we're seeing the 5-minute pullback. Okay, okay. That dip ended up working out nicely. 86 though for the lows. It's gonna have resistance at 20 again. I was long 92, but the way how it was pulling back there, I thought we might have seen like a more extended dip at the lows, you know, a few candles perhaps, maybe even going lower. But it's right up. Yeah, the breakout trades are dangerous as the bids are coming down. It's not really holding towards those highs. So a little bit of chop there. I'm gonna try one more time. Can we see it? Not quite. Giving that build up there. Is this it? Ten on the bid. 6, 5, 4. Like, I haven't really been able to make a lot of progress, so you have to be careful. Take the couple cents there. The new 5-minute candle is less than a minute, couple seconds out. What I want to do is to position myself to catch the next move if we can see the push through 20. VWAP is now at 83. High of this candle is 12. The new candle is 15 seconds. There's a small bid there. And there's a ton of lag. Also, no follow through. There's a seller 12, 16,000. So why is it not like what's going on my order? My order's still filling. The heck? Ah, this shaky broker sometimes. It's so great some days, and then some days it's like, stuff like that happening. Is the breakout here worth it? With the bids coming down. If we see a bigger buyer or something extra, I'll take it. If not, I might let it go. It's trying, okay. I sell orders, man. Well, at this rate, I'm not going to be able to trade the stock. Come on. Am I the only person seeing lag like this? It's like taking like 5 seconds to fill. But of course, going and look at that, man. I think I might have to stop, sadly. Not going to get a proper chance to take this dip here. Come on. Maybe just 500. I'll try 500 shares. I'm going to try to get back in on the breakout at 25. It's trying to sell at 35, 39, but it's like the order is just sitting there. And it's moving with good volume too. We're getting like a million shares a candle on the bigger candles. Strange. Could try a few limit orders to see if that helps. But of course, trying to sell on the ass, sometimes you don't get the fill. It's a pretty decent stock too. We'll see if the 1 minute candle can make the new high. It's possible that it does go as low as like 05 and then bounces back. If it does come down some more, the hope is that it doesn't fail here. Is it failing? Perhaps. Not what we want to see after the new consolidation, right? And the breakout over the resistance at 20. This is like a slap in the face here. Rejection. Now we're back at these previous levels. We haven't really capitalized throughout the first consolidation, but a little disappointing there to see all that lag, man. Probably could have just added there, but re-averaging. I'm gonna try, if possible, to take more size here, but I want to account for it possibly coming lower, so we'll see. Watching at the 5 minute setup here, of course. Well, as we're the only issue that I have with this area here is that we did get a bit of a topping wick at like 4:30, but I think it's worth a shot here. So I have my stop. We'll see if it's able to hold. So I'll be in this trade for a few minutes, just holding unless it hits my stop and I get stopped out. My stop is at a place where I think if it goes below that level, then it's like a little too weak, and then I'll just exit the trade. Definitely think there's enough for us to have been green here, though, so far. So just waiting patiently. What is it going to be in the next 5 minutes time? Are we going to be back at 420 or are we going to be in the depths? Only time will tell, and I'm just looking to respect my stop. So, waiting patiently here, and of course hoping for the move to the upside eventually. We don't have a ton of shares. We probably could have been more aggressive to add, but we'll see how it plays out here. There's still time. The thing is with adding on the lows is that if I do add there and it's like coming down, closer to my stop, I wouldn't mind if it's a gradual move down, but sometimes you can get that flush, which can give you a little bit of a bigger loss than you would like, but part of the deal, right? Part of the deal. Part of the deal. Well, we see the break of 4 scalp, MGOL. If we see mid 90s, I'll try to add back here a little bit and try to like recycle the same trade. Although when we get back up to 410, I'd like to see 415 this time. It's a little fast, but but we had a couple of minutes of consolidation, so right here is key for us to hold up these levels here. And then can we get back over 4? Can we hold up the VWAP level here? If it pulls back too much, then we're giving away too much of the move that we had from low 80s. So watching to see how it plays out here. Cutting it. Oh, it's. Are we reclaiming? Watching. Okay, fair fill. Fair fill there. It looked like it was going to come down for a second. I saw 86, but it's going to reclaim the level. So we're back. I want to see a new high over 410. Can we see like 415 this time? Hmm. 10 still kind of having some trouble. Is it rejecting here? It might. If it doesn't hold 90, it might sell off. Well, I'm gonna ease off. That was a good shot, but kind of annoying to not be green there. Felt like that was some decent trading, but some issues along the way. Just a little bit of chop in that first consolidation, and then some issues with the fills. I think I needed to be a little bit more aggressive to add when we came down lower because my stop was like 77, 76. Could have took the ad around 82, 83 with the same stop to give us a better average with also a little bit more size. So from, maybe let's say 85 average back to like 405 would have been a decent trade with like 2,500 shares. Saying the low in that last candle was 82. The 5-minute candle made the new high, but rejected. Our volume is decreasing. Right here, I would have loved to see the increase in volume. Maybe it can still happen, but we definitely got to get over 410 with big volume for that retest of the highs. But easing off a little bit, easing off. Can we hold the line? 90. Can we hold the line? Watching to see if that volume wants to spike here for the push through 10. We're seeing some action, but not going up. If we can get through 10, if we can see the dip, I wouldn't mind. The light always starts to mess in my eye a little bit here after like, the first 30 minutes. I got this lamp to my right. We're seeing some volume again here, but I'm gonna let it go and wait for the dip. Waiting patiently. There's a small bid. There's a small bid. All right. It's okay, okay. Just about to say it's having some trouble. These are not the fills that I want to see. Yeah, cool, cool. Rejecting. Well, that's gonna do it here for me. I'm gonna ease off completely. Got a couple of higher fills in that last push there. Trying to be in closer to 11. Watching for the spreads to tighten up, but you know, it's a volatile stock. Spreads are moving. Few higher fills there for some losses, and then that dropped down to 05. Not good. Bleeding out slowly with paper cuts, so cutting it and just easing off. I'll watch for something else if something else comes, hopefully. Tesla back up to 200 area. Not a bad move from 182 to 200. Wow. That is impressive. That is impressive. Not seeing anything else so far though for small caps. So I'll keep this one up, but I'll be a spectator. Unless it starts to go parabolic, then that's my only rule in terms of like getting back involved. It'll have to start to go insane, like halts and stuff like that. But on the sidelines, not able to connect. The best trade we had was the 5-minute setup. 936 dip to 86. We weren't aggressive enough to jump in, although we were in at 92 initially. Stopped out on the next drop, and that next drop was the bottom there. That ended up curling up nicely. I think that's something I could probably write down though, is to be more aggressive to get back in. Because initially I thought 92 was like a good area, but once I saw that weakness, I eased off a little too much to where I didn't jump back in 87, 86. Probably could give those dips like 2 attempts. So if I'm in it like 92 area, right, and that is not the actual bottom, cutting that quickly to jump back in again, because it's worth it, right? It's 92 to like 86, and relative to other stocks that might do something like that, it's not a lot of sense in between. But if I can get back in, the move back up to our previous levels could be worth it, right? So maybe risking like 5-10 cents, more like 5 cents, to potentially make like 10-15 cents coming back up. So I'm gonna watch the scans, gonna wait around, see if something else comes up. Down 700 to start on MOGL. MGOL rather, MGOL. It held up VWAP there, you know, it's bouncing back again. Will it be able to get through 420? The halt up is at 88 if something very impressive happens. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, also consider subscribing to the channel. For those of you in the Discord, how are you guys doing on this MGOL? Are you guys able to connect a little bit better than I am? Yeah, some people are getting lag in the order, so be careful. GK, slightly green MGOL, getting it done. Well, it might be solidly green, right, depending on the size. Saying horrible fills. Yeah, there's a bit of a spread here. There's like about a 3 cent spread at times. Seems like a lot of people have had issues with the fills. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like there. I'm looking at the comments now. It looks like there's a lot of people having trouble. There's a lot of people having issues logging in and like with lag and stuff. Yeah, it's down. So I'm not. If you log out, you're probably not going to be able to log back in. Yeah. Yeah, and they're probably not going to refund most of us who've lost anything. So it's one of the things with using smaller size and being in and out so quickly. Like unless the position is really not selling, then I have a real problem. Which happened I think 2 years ago, right? For like a week. It would take like 3 hours to sell. The order would just sit there. So MGOL trying again. I'd love to see it try for the breakout one more time, and if we could hold up the dip. But it needs to be some high volume stuff. Still, it's still relevant. Our volume is still trending down, but in terms of the bulls, what we would want to see is the 5-minute candle make the new high and us gaining more volume, pushing up towards 25. If we're lucky, maybe we get 40 and a break of 50 here over the next 10 minutes. Because we're in striking distance. We're at 412, 415, 420, kind of the key levels here. If we can get above 20 and start to consolidate up high teens, mid 20s, and then see the next push again, it would be lovely. It's trying. We're seeing some buying here. But it definitely seems like there's a lot of hidden sellers. There's definitely a hidden seller there at 16. Okay, it's going to break. Are people shorting this area here? Perhaps. Very possibly. Very possible. Can we break out and then hold above this resistance? Waiting. No bounce. Come on. Should see at least 15 here pretty easily. I don't want to see this candle go down. If it can hold up, it'd be great. We were just right there in striking distance at 19. This is not a great sign. We're kind of at the VWAP again. Maybe a few quicker dips. But are we going to curl all the way back up? Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Also consider subscribing to the channel. Remember to take a look at our disclaimer. All right, remember that day trading is risky business. And a lot of people out there are having a hard time. So you got to take it slow. Be sure to become experienced before sizing up, before putting out a lot of risk. Other than that, remember, copy trading does not work. It's all about learning a system and a style for yourself. Lastly, we do not invest for our subscribers. So be careful of fake accounts. I will never message you first. Never message you first. I think this is my third red day in a row here so far. I mean, the day is not done, but unless something else comes up or this thing really takes off. And I honestly feel like I'm down like $100, but I'm down 7. It's like, are you telling me I made nothing on anything here? That's what the stock is telling. That's what my P&L is telling me, right? It doesn't feel that way mentally, but so it's why I'm not being super aggressive to like try to take every dip and stuff. I'm just kind of waiting. I want there to be like a change, a complete change in the trend we've been seeing now, which would be this stock being parabolic, and then like I'll give it like another real go again, because the trend is already telling me it's not my friend. So not gonna stay any longer than I need to. Eric, Thinkorswim, Charles Schwab, they're having issues today with fills and orders, so you might have to call in. But if you call in, there'll be a long wait time. Usually, when this stuff is happening, of course they know right away and they're working on it. But I guess you can still message support just to be on the safe side. There are sometimes signal issues. That's why they have to maintain it. They have to maintain their software and their hardware very well because things can happen, man. And data, you can have issues, um, with communication between the broker and the market maker. Sometimes there's like the middleman. You got like the Citadel that takes so many of these orders. Like if they ever have software issues, then you know it can lead to trouble. It's why it's good that the market can be halted because imagine if there's like a blackout, like a nationwide blackout happens now. Like they have to halt the market immediately because I mean so much data would be lost in a sense. It'd be like a nightmare for these brokers to have to audit. ABC, no issues with fidelity. No issues with fidelity. I think for me personally, I think I could have maybe I mean it felt like it felt like a decent trading session, man. Hey, this is like a big area here to miss. We're in here, we didn't add aggressively, so the sizing was not what we would want it to be. Then we're caught in this flush, or was it this one back? One of these? Not this one. Maybe we're caught in some flush. Maybe this one, I think. Caught in some one of those flushes. Three red days in a row. Not good. SERV, it's hit the scans are already. Sometimes on a day like today, this is the type of stock that you actually have to trade and can make money on. It doesn't look terrible. Not by any means. Nice pullback and move up right here. Green candles. It's like a small move sneaking up, lower percentage move, but sometimes this is it, right? I mean, from 10 to 13. This is usually on a hot day. We want to see a stock go from 10 to 13. It's like it's just getting bought up here, it seems like over the last like hour. AMDL looks like higher float. Lagging on MGOL still. An order routing issue to a particular market maker. To a particular, so how big is that market maker and how many, stocks do they control? So when they say a particular market maker, are they just talking about the Citadel? Or are they talking about something else? Someone else, a different company? Day trading, man. Putting me to sleep today. Can we get something? Can a stock with breaking news hit the scans right now? And then take off going from three to six, $3 to $6. With tight spreads and maybe a few halts along the way. Clean pullbacks. SPY is tanking. Stock like SERV comes with its own set of challenges with this lighter volume. So, it's like I have it up here, but it's like, despite the beautiful $3 share move to the upside, it's like the volume profile is just so light. MGOL still, kind of here. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. That trade that I took at 15, I should have sold. Now I'm thinking about it. I wasn't sure if it was gonna drop, but I knew it was a possibility, and it's like I wanted though to be able to add, but it was kind of like a huge difference in between where I was in, which was 15, and where we could drop, which I thought maybe the lowest, hoping like 7. And if I can get the added 8, maybe that brings my average to like 11. And then I'm not in so bad versus, where we can go and my risk, right? If I'm gonna be in at 11 and my stop be at like 5, 6, or 4 or whatever, and we can get back to 30, then I'm looking pretty good, risking like 6 cents to potentially make 20 cents or at least 10, 15 cents, anything, right over 20. Because I would have sold half at like 25 if it's to break out over the level. But we dropped down to like 97 or so. I was like, all right, I gotta cut the trade. Seeing a bunch of large caps being mentioned, not really seeing a lot of small caps being called out. So once again, be careful if you're using Charles Schwab Thinkorswim. We've been seeing a lot of lag today. It's also 10:30. I know some people will be heading out after the first hour. Hopefully you had a disciplined day, and hopefully you're able to end green. Despite all the issues, hopefully some of you guys are able to walk away with some profits. MGOL, it's still here around the VWAP area. Right now at 393. It's insane how volatile these stocks can be, man. There's just so much risk in investing. Is there somebody out there that bought Tesla at 260 thinking, man, it's on such a strong run. I think we can get to 300, and this has been one of the magnificent 7 stocks that's been lagging behind. Can this thing get back up there to 400? Long 250, long 260, and here we are, 190. It's why they say it's so risky, man. Can't fall victim to this short-term hype, and gotta be well positioned all the time. You can wait for earnings and thinking that on the nice move up earnings is gonna push us up over the next level, and from 270 to 182 in like 2 weeks. Man. And then the move up, the move up was impressive, right? From 180, 176 to 270 in also about a week or two, once it really started to take off. Really in like 3 days. Definitely not easy to see the portfolio having such swings, right? The emotions. That's why some people really like the idea of like setting it and forgetting it. MGOL selling off. Short sellers winning the battle here. So I'm red $700. I'm thinking I know what to expect once again when there's a solid stock. And this stock had the qualities, right? A lot of the qualities of what I would usually look for. I really hate to be red on a stock like this. It wasn't the cleanest, but I still think there was a chance to be green here. So I'm thinking, do I want to stick around and just, stay on the sidelines, wait to see if something else does look really good? I like to stick around because I usually like to think that, while there's other work and other business, it's like this is still, the big boy, right? This is the main focus. So sticking around and just waiting on the sidelines, small size, to see if we do get something else. The main thing is to be consistent though, because the market can be slow for a long period of time, and it's like you're sitting here and it's like, man, you start to question if sitting here is the right thing to do. And it looks like the dip is going to be super gradual. We're not seeing like a quick bottoming wick move back up, so looks like a slow bounce, if any at all. A lot of the guys trading large caps here. $198.74, $198.55. 198.72. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. UVIX. UVIX, SPY's coming down. Let's see. I, I'm, man. I might wanna, I might wanna leave before I convince myself to start trading SPY and freaking UVIX. Mm. Ay, ay, ay. And I see the fills here are brutal too. Okay. Hmm. I gotta make up my mind here. This thing is moving. Tesla back up to 198.46. Can we see a false breakout on the SPY here? It looks like it's holding up. I also have the 1 minute on another screen here for the SPY. I bet there's probably people who trade like this all day. It's like, I mean, there's probably an edge in this, like the SPY versus the other ETFs that follows it in inverse. It's like that one makes a move and then there's like a delay. Really? Oh, okay. I guess I'll be taking a loss there. What the heck was that? Well, so much for that edge, right? And then Tesla's also back up. The SPY's back up. That was aggressive. Well, to the depths of that. They're both were tanking there for a second, which is interesting. But now SPY's back up. MGOL still on the lows. It's okay. I got myself in some trouble here with UVIX. And that's what I call giving into temptation right there. Giving into temptation, not good. So sometimes again, sticking around, sticking around, you can find yourself trading something that you maybe not supposed to, right? Was there an opportunity there? Perhaps, but definitely out uncharted territory. Uncharted territory. Even the algo not quite locking in. Yeah, yeah, definitely got to be a little bit more disciplined. See, something with this strategy is that it's very easy for us to take trades, right? Because we also look at price action trades. It's also like you probably wouldn't ever see like a no trade day for many of us. Like I don't know what it'll take for that to happen. Not that we're not disciplined, but because of what the strategy is, compared to someone who might be trading once every 3 weeks, they're looking for something so specific. What we look for can occur so many times on so many different opportunities, as in like, what's it called, stocks, so many different stocks or even ETFs, large cap, small. So sometimes it'll happen, sometimes it'll happen. Tesla 200 perhaps. Now is that the short 200? I'm gonna get out of here pretty soon. What I'll do, I'll wait for there to be like a rave in the Discord and then come back if there's like a big, stock moving or something. It's this thing, man, where it's like just sitting here and there's like nothing. So I might as well just move on and start doing other things of the day and just come back once people are raving about a stock. Maybe I missed the first leg or the first screen candle, but to sit here staring into oblivion, man. Might I dare use the word boring? It becomes very slow. So I'm gonna shut it down. Come back later. If there's a hot stock, I can go live in the Discord. But if not, maybe until tomorrow we see something again. I gotta go fax some documents, so I'm gonna get that done ASAP. Gotta go fax some documents. So let's see. Yeah, it is that time. So for those of you going all the way till 4 p.m., continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient as the street cleaner is going by. Hold on, hold on. Okay, yeah. So for those of you going all the way till 4 p.m. through and through, continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient, keep looking for those opportunities that you know and love. The pastor is going to shut it down and come back when something else looks better. The large caps and the SPY definitely down a bit over the weekend and last week. We'll see if we get some more volume back in small cap land here over the next couple of days. Might take some time, but maybe we get a surprise day this week, right? It's always possible. But yeah, heading out. So, of course, check out those links down below for Momo Pro, the chat room, and the classes if you're interested. Other than that, we're at $800 here and shutting it down. 872.25 to be precise. We are shutting it down. Some people in the chat in the Discord are watching Tesla. Some are watching UVIX. And also Nvidia has been mentioned a couple of times. We're not even seeing small caps callouts. Actually, there's one, SERV, but we saw a lighter volume on that one earlier. How the times have changed over a few days here. We got to rename this thing to large caps, right? But yeah, stay safe, stay green. I'll catch you guys in a bit.